Chief Seckle just dropped some gems via the 3 Milli podcast. When y'all get some time, make sure y'all check that out. Support the podcast and their channel. They're doing good things. They're getting this information out and they're letting people be aware of who we are. But I just wanted to share this with y'all real quick via the true story.
When you go even deeper and you start looking into the Department of the Interior, you start looking at the identities of the Creek people, and those who are identified as Creek, they were mostly all identified as Negroes. And they talk about that Negro element that controlled the Creek nation, which is so fascinating to me because I speak tomorrow at Spelman, and your viewers it'll be way, after they see this, I'll be already spoken. But, we speak with the Muskogee Creek Freedmen who are fighting for their recognition and their part. But see, the thing is that I've come to understand is as long as we use certain words and identify ourselves, Black Seminoles, Black Indians, freedmen, we are separating ourselves from our true identity. And people don't understand that. And they'll say, well, there's an element involved that we really don't want to get away from. And it's like you're running from your true. No, that's not the case. When you look up Seminole, the word Seminole, runaway. I just showed you the Department of the Interior paperwork, right? Here. That's from the government, right? So I can't imagine a world where you see modern day Seminoles who had to run away from a plantation because they didn't look like Negroes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just imagine that. But if we go back to the word freedman, I did something on Instagram, and for those who aren't followers on Instagram, it's Yamasee Tribe, okay? YAMASSEE Tribe. And I did a live one day about the word freedman and how that word automatically applies to anyone of dark skin. That's not the case. Europeans came over here as indentured servants. They did. Right? And when they found their freedom, they were considered free. You see? So we have to be very careful when we use words, because these words that we use take us away from our inheritance. They take us away from our identity. There was no such thing as a Black Seminole. You will never find in history books nothing that said Black Seminole. Nothing. Seminole was applicable to the Native or Negro element.
It spoke for itself.
It spoke for itself.
I got you.
You see? So then when people say, oh, well, you just don't want to be, no, that's not it. That's not it. Matter of fact, if you can go on YouTube right now and you'll find Willie Johns. He did a lecture at one of the colleges in Florida. He openly tells you the only reason why we're called Seminoles is because we incorporated the name. Not because we are. We incorporated the name. So now there's an argument amongst Black Seminoles and quote Seminoles and those who accept being freedmen, because when you say freedmen, you're separating yourself from being who you actually are, even though history says, again, it's in the documentation, the Department of Interior shows it, that the Creek people were ran by Negroes.
And again, y'all, just to hit the nail on the head and to drive the point home. Again, Black or African American is a person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. So Chief Seckle is right. If you calling yourself Black, putting Black in front of any label, putting Black in front of anything, the Black label in front of anything, you are taking your true identity away from yourself. We have the right to self-determine. We have been reclassified over the years, but now it is time for us to rightfully claim who we are. American Indian, up here on top, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. There are some of us who are not federally recognized. There are some of us who are not recognized by the state. Some of us are not card-carrying tribal members. Yet we have a community attachment because what does the so-called Black community know itself as? I mean, it says it right there, community. We are a community. They have labeled us, or we have labeled ourselves a Black community, but if we really step into our true identity, we are an American Indian community, because we don't know anywhere else. We've never been to Africa. We never came from Africa. Therefore, we are an indigenous community. We are all from different tribes, and we all have different vibes within those tribes. But since we've been displaced, misplaced, taken away from our heritage, and had our true identities erased, we must come together as a community and let them know, hey, we are here. We've always been here, and we ain't going nowhere. American Indian is our true identity. For those of you who know, for those of you who don't know nowhere else, who have no other relatives anywhere else, who have no ancestors that came from anywhere else, you've done your paperwork, you've done your genealogy, you know your line, your lineage, and you know that your roots have always been here on this soil. We are who we are. So let's step into that. Let's stand on business. All right? Let's get rid of these false labels. Black, African American, it ain't it. We never came from Africa. We never been to Africa. A lot of us haven't even stepped foot off this soil. And those who do, or those who have, know for sure now that we are nothing like those who are from anywhere else. We are our own ethnicity. We are our own kind of people. And it's time to be proud of that. We are the American Indians. All right. So once again, shout out to Chief Sekou for dropping those gems. Sometimes it has to come from someone else in order for it to get the, point across. And I'm just glad that a lot of people are starting to stand on business. Shout out to the 3 Milli podcast for allowing Chief Sekou the platform to voice that out. And I hope that podcast reaches way more people than this channel usually does. But even with that, still, this channel needs to reach the masses. Okay, so be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this information, because it's the true story, and we ain't stopping. We ain't going nowhere. Like I said, we been here, we still here, and we ain't going nowhere. So let's keep on spreading this knowledge, this information. All right, Tata Kista, I cherish y'all, and Yokoki. Thank you for watching.